welcome sports fans to the Rocky Sports Talk Sheet. We're going to be talking about more signings across the NFL during free agency. This is day 2. There's some sign and trades, some big names on the move, some big contracts out there, and some bad teams that have made some great moves. The Jacksonville Jaguars is one of them. Jaguar fans, you got to appreciate what your team is doing so far in free agency in this offseason. They're trying to build a team who I presume is going to be the Trevor Lawrence quarterback-led team after the draft this year. But they're trying to give them pieces to work with. So give the Jaguars their credit, because I got them with an A+++. I got them with an A with 3 pluses. They're trying. They went from very sucky last year to at least trying to put a decent team on the field. You got other teams that I don't know what they're doing. Chicago Bears, you got a D-. It would have been an A+++ with 5 pluses until the Russell Wilson trade got declined by the Seahawks. But I will say, Bear fans, they aggressively tried to get that trade done and to get Russell Wilson, but they could not. Instead, they signed Andy Dalton, 1 year, $10 million contract. Slight upgrade from Trubisky and Foles at this point. That's why it's D- instead of an F, because that's all they've done. So that's probably the biggest disappointment right now is the Bears. The Jaguars and the Patriots are probably the 2 biggest players right now. Like I said, they're in the A+ category right now with their signings and trades. I mean, there's other teams that haven't done that much, but they at least made some signings it's good for their team. Let's go through the list right now. I'm going to give you the big signings of the day. And there's also, towards the end, I'm going to give you a signing that could be. You all let me know down below, because I do have the comment sections. Towards the end of this episode, I'm going to throw out a quarterback signing. And I do believe it is a sign that this certain quarterback will be traded. The signing is definitely a contingency plan in my eyes. I definitely see this as we got to sign him in case this such and such happens. So this is a contingency signing at quarterback for sure in my eyes. And we'll get to that later. But in the comments down below, let me know if you think them signing this quarterback, whenever I get on the topic, is that team coming to the realization that their quarterback, his time is up with them, and that they are going to conceive and then trade their star quarterback. Again, we'll talk about that later. All right, let's get into the signings and trades. Like I said, I'm going to start off with the big ones. Let's start off with a team that really sucked and has a number 1 draft pick this year in the draft, but has done an amazing job so far in free agency and trading. Let's start with the Jacksonville Jaguars, everybody. Let's give them a hand. Jacksonville, you're doing a good job so far. You're definitely trying to build something there, and you're trying at least to build a new culture. So I wasn't that biggest fan of your coach signing. We'll see how that goes, but you got some pieces to work with, that's for sure. Wide receiver Jamal Agnew, 3 years, $14 $14.25 million. Previously from the Lions. Tyson Alua, defensive end, 2 years, $6 million from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now this one, I think this one is a great trade. I don't know the specifics of the trade from the Saints. But you got Micah Brown, defensive tackle from the Saints. I actually like that trade. I think he'll definitely help bolster that defensive line. Wide receiver, I don't really know the specifics in this one either. Philip Dorsett, wide receiver, previously from the Seahawks. I don't know year. I don't know nothing. I just know they got Philip Dorsett, wide receiver. Jonathan Ford, safety, 2 years, $4.2 million. Previously from the Cardinals. Here I think is your big defensive secondary signing right here. Shaquille Griffin, cornerback, 3 years, $40 million. To me, great signing. Really helps the secondary. Great signing. A good player for the Seahawks. I think he'll definitely help set a tone in the secondary for that team. So I really do like that signing. Roy Robertson Harris, 3 years, $23.4 million. Previously with the Bears. An underrated signing. Here comes an underrated one. I actually think this is a good solid signing. Marvin Jones Jr., wide receiver from the Lions. 2 years, $14.5 million. That's not bad. That really isn't a bad signing. I think he's an underappreciated receiver, honestly. He's a good, solid receiver. Rashawn Jenkins, safety, 4 years, $35 million from the Chargers. Great signing. The head scratcher one, I will say, is Carlos Hyde, running back, 2 years, 4.5. There's nothing left in that tank. I don't see nothing left in the tank. So yeah, that one was probably my head scratcher. Great signings. Here goes, everybody's aware, the Patriots, man. They made some moves. Everybody's aware that the Patriots made some moves. They got Nelson Aguilar, 2 year, $22 million. Henry Anderson, 2 years, $7 million. Kendrick Bourne, wide receiver, 3 years, $15 million. David Dodge, defensive tackle, 2 year, $15 million. Hunter Henry, tight end, 3 year, $37.5 million. Matt Judon, outside linebacker, 4 year, $54.5 million. You may have overpaid him a little bit, but dang good signing. Definitely bolster that defense. You got some solid. You got some good defense players. And you definitely added an upgrade at the tight end, and you got a speedier receiver at Aguilar and Bourne. So you're definitely going to be able to get a lot better separation than you have the last couple of years, Patriots. So it just depends on, if who your starting quarterback is going to be. Because I don't know if it's going to be Cam. You brought him back. I don't know if it's going to be, if you're going to draft a quarterback. I would, if I was you, the Patriots, with that first round pick. I would go get your quarterback. Because after this 1 year, I think Cam's done. That's just my opinion. I think this is Cam Newton's last year in the league, everybody. Sad to say, but I really do. So I think New England, you better go draft your quarterback, or you better go trade for your quarterback. They have some good pieces now, especially with the pieces they have returning. Patriots are going to be contenders again. I'm not saying Super Bowl contenders, but they're going to be contending again for that division title from the Bills. They also got Jalen Mills, safety, 4 years, $24 million. Jonnu Smith, another tight end, 4 year, $50 million. So this is another A plus. Like, they're not known for spending money, and then here you go, Belichick just throws out the shocker in free agency. I know all the other teams around the league were shocked at how much they were active, because he usually does not spend much. They threw the wallet book out in this free agency. So another weak team that had a good signing, some good signings, I think. They may have overpaid one of them. Is the New York Jets with the number 2 pick. Obviously, record-wise, they suck, but they got some good, solid, better pieces to build around whoever their quarterback's going to be. I don't know who it's going to be. Don't know yet. But Gerard Davis, 1 year, $5.5 million. Justin Hardy, cornerback, 3 years, $6.75 million. Carl Lawson, here's what I think you overpaid just a little bit. Defensive end, 3 years, $45 million. He's good. Don't get me wrong, he's a good player. But for 45, I think you overpaid. I think you could have got him for 30. If that was 3 years, 30, that would have been a fair, good signing. But man, yeah, he's overpaid. $15 million a season. Carl Lawson's overpaid. It would have been, yeah, I would have felt better if it was 10, but yeah, it's not. The Niners, definitely, they're worried, the way they signed, they're definitely worried about their O-line and protecting their quarterback. They had a lot of injuries last year. I don't know nobody knows what they're still doing with their quarterback, so don't know if Garoppolo's staying, what they're doing, if they're going to trade, draft, what. But they got Alex Mack from the Falcons, center, and they got the big dog offensive tackle, the big contract, monster contract, offensive tackle, 6 years, $138 million, from the Washington football team. We all know, kind of remember what happened with him and the Washington football team and the medical staff. Yeah, that was an ugly situation with the Washington football team. But Trent Williams is now out of there like he wanted. So I give the Niners an A-. Tennessee, not bad. Again, they have one of them that they kind of overpaid for, but good players. Danico Autry, defensive end, 3 years, $21.5 from the Colts. Bud Dupree, outside linebacker, 5 years, $82.5 million from the Steelers. Yikes. The amount, that's high. Good player. Excellent defender. I don't know. Contract amount is a head scratcher, though. Janoris Jenkins, cornerback. I don't know the specifics. It's not saying. Previously played for the Saints. Kendall Lamb, defensive end, 2 years, $6.8 million. Recently with the Cleveland Browns. So Tennessee, not bad. Not bad, Tennessee. I'd give you a solid B right now. It could have been an A- or a B+, but the amount on Dupree, you hurt your cap. I think you overpaid. You for sure overpaid. But you got a great player. Washington football team. Here's one thing I laughed at it because this is I'm getting some of these reports from different ones, but this one is from MSN Sports. Listen to this. Ryan Fitzpatrick, quarterback, 1 year, $10 million. Previously played with the Dallas Cowboys. No, he didn't. He was with the Dolphins. He was a starting quarterback last year for the Dolphins, and then Tua Tagovailoa took over. So, yeah, MSN, you might want to get your facts straight, because Andy Dalton was our backup and played last year, not Ryan Fitzmagic. So MSN, yeah, you kind of look a little stupid there. William Jackson, cornerback, 3 years, $40.5 million from the Bengals. It's actually, that's not that bad of a signing. I'd give him a C+ right now. Lamar Miller, 1 year, running back, David Sharp, offensive tackle, 1 year. Don't have an amount on either one of those guys either. So, yeah, Washington football team, I give them a C+. I definitely think they should have got more on the offensive side of the ball. They got a good defense. I don't know why they're not going out there and trying to make their offense better. It kind of blows my mind. But I'm kind of thankful at the same time. Don't upgrade your offense, please, Washington football team. Because I'm a Cowboys fan, lifelong Cowboys fan. I want you guys to suck. The Jets, like I said, Corey Davis, wide receiver, 3 years, 37.5 from the Titans. You got a good receiver there for the Jets, whoever the quarterback's going to be. I kind of forgot him on that, but I wanted to get back to the Jets because I do see where they did get Corey Davis, a wide receiver. That's a great signing. The amount, probably a little bit high, but still, man, you had to get another receiver on the Jets, and that's actually a pretty solidly good receiver. So the Jets definitely put something out there for whoever's going to be their quarterback. Now, I don't know the specific on some of these either. The Giants ain't really done much. I think they're a C-. They got C.J. Board, wide receiver, 1 year, $850K. Devontae Booker, running back, 2 years, $5.5 million. Colin Gillespie, fullback. Don't know. Doesn't even say how many years either. So don't even have the specifics on that at all. John Ross, wide receiver, 1 year, $2.25 million from the Bengals. He's okay. Right now, yeah, like I said, C-. C- for the New York Giants. Let's see who else. The Dolphins, Jacoby Brissett, quarterback, 1 year, $7.5 million. Previously, of course, with the Colts. Malcolm Brown, running back, 1 year, $1.75 million. Previously with the Rams. He actually had a few good games, man, like monster games. So who knows? That could be a sneaky good signing there if they get some good run blocking. Ethan Carter, tight end, 3 years, $7.8 million from the Bengals. Justin Coleman, cornerback, 1 year, $2.75 from the Lions. Bernardrick McKinney, traded from the Texans for Shaq Lawson. Michael Palardy, punter, 1 year, previously with the Panthers. Adam Pankey, offensive tackle, 1 year, $2.13 million, previously with the Packers. Some of these I don't know the specifics on the contracts. I would put them, honestly, right now at just maybe even a C-. Just a C or C-. The Chargers, I got to give them a solid A. Now, the Chargers, man, they had a good rookie quarterback last year. Yeah, he played good. Now you're giving them some protection because they signed Matt Fielder, offensive tackle, 3 years, $25.3 million from the Steelers. Then they got All-Pro Corey Linsley, center, 5 years, $62.5 million from the Packers. Yeah, you overpaid, but man, that's a good center. I like that. You're trying to protect your second-year quarterback. It's highly smart. And like I said, he was good last year as a rookie. So you're trying to help him into his second year, to continue on from his first year. I like that. You're trying to bolster your offensive line and protect, your franchise quarterback. So I give him an A on that. You got an all-pro center out of that. So, yeah, you definitely got an A. Like I said, Justin Herbert, whenever the quarterbacks that we got in the league that are older now, that are, a lot of them are going to go in the Hall of Fame. But once they retire, here in like 5 years, Justin Herbert could be a top 3, top 5 quarterback in the league. He could be one of the leaders of the future of quarterbacks. He's that good. So, gotta love that you're going out there and protecting your young second-year quarterback, Justin Herbert. This is good stuff. Like I said, I really do like that Corey Linsley signing at center. The Raiders, they got a B+. They got a couple of pieces. I like it. John Brown, wide receiver, 1 year, 3.75 from the Browns. Solidly good receiver. And then you got a good defensive end in Yannick Ngakoue. 2 year, $26 million. Previously from the Ravens. Heck yeah. And honestly, the contract amount's pretty good too. I think if Yannick can go back to a couple years ago, you got a good amount. You got a good steal. And don't put that out of question because Ngakoue can, man. I think that's a good signing, Raiders. So yeah, I would A- for the Raiders so far with those two. Now let's go on to the other. I can't really talk about the Cowboys fans. I know there's a lot of Cowboy fans out there. I got 2 contracts on here, 2 signings, but I don't know any contracts. It doesn't show anything except for that they're both 1 years. They did get Jake McQuaid from the previously with the Rams for 1 year, and then Ty Neshke, offensive tackle, 1 year previously with the Bills. I don't know the contract amount, nothing. I do know that they cut their punter. The Cowboys did. So Chris Jones got cut. That does save $2 million on the cap. I believe now Dallas has about roughly $16 million on the cap. So I don't know the contracts for those two. But it's good that they did go get an offensive tackle. Smart, maybe. That O-line was awful last year. With a lot of injuries. So, yeah. I don't know how. I'm just going to keep them at a C right now because I don't know much. It's not showing me really anything. Yeah, the Andy Dalton, 1 year, $10 million with the Bears. I feel bad for you, Bear fans. Man, the Seahawks declined the trade offer, but the Bears were very, very aggressive in trying to get Russell Wilson. But I'm sorry that y'all got Andy Dalton. He was your contingency plan, but he is a slight upgrade. Just barely a slight upgrade to Mr. Trubisky and Foles at this point. So that's a D-. D-, just for that slight upgrade. So probably the Bears is one of the worst teams right now during free agencies. But it would have been, like I said, an A++++. A crap load of pluses if you got Russell Wilson, especially with that defense. Y'all would have been a playoff team and who knows what else. For sure. Manuel Sanders signs 1 year, $6 million to go to the Buffalo Bills. It's not a bad signing. Not a bad signing for the Bills. I also got a punter. 3 years. Matt Hack. Don't really say what his contract is, so I don't know. Baltimore Ravens, Kevin Zeitler, guard, 3 years, 22.5 from the Giants. That's a good signing for Baltimore. I give that a B-. Yeah. Now let's go on to the comment question. The Texans. That's the team. Shocking. You guys didn't figure it out. I bet y'all did. But they signed Tyrod Taylor. Okay. Now the amount differs. Okay. I just want to let y'all know the amount differs. But I do know that $6 million is guaranteed. It can be up to, I think, $12.5 million in incentives for the 1 year for Tyrod Taylor. But I think that was definitely their that's their contingency plan, is to at least have Tyrod Taylor on the books. And in my opinion, I think they're conceding. I think they realized that it's over. Deshaun Watson, it's over. I think that they know that their hands are tied, and they're going to have to trade Deshaun Watson. I would do it now. I mean, don't wait. The longer you wait, the less you're going to get. I think it's over. Deshaun Watson will be on another team. I think that Tyrod Taylor might just very well be the starting quarterback week 1 this coming season. But like I said, comment down below if you all think that Deshaun Watson, after what I think was a contingency signing and a quarterback Tyrod Taylor with that 1 year contract for the Texans, if you all think that his time is officially done with the Texans and that he'll be traded sometime during this offseason. So please comment down below. Let me know what you think, if that's going to be a yes or no. Also, please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you can. I'm gonna upload a crap ton of videos all the time. We're gonna be talking a lot about sports. Hopefully, 5-10 years down the road from now, this is bigger than ESPN, because right now ESPN's. That's why I started this. Big reason why I started this, because I used to love it. But nah, we need better sports out there. We need different voices. That's for dang sure. But hopefully y'all like these videos. Hopefully y'all found some good players that went to your all's team now. And there's probably some teams that are like, what the hell? Total stink bombs. I understand. I already know. I've already heard from Bear fans. They are not happy right now. I'm sorry. But your team did try to get Russell Wilson. You got to give them credit. They did try to pull the trigger. Would have been hell of a fucking trade. Hell of a trade, man. Hell of a freaking trade. If that did go through. Sorry for that F-bomb. But yeah, that would have been an amazing, amazing trade. It would have changed your whole season. But, I mean, you got Andy Dalton. Better than Mitch Trubisky, in my opinion. So, I know it's not over yet, Bear fans, so you never know. Like I said, the Texans just they might start talking to the Texans with Deshaun Watson. You never know. You could end up with Deshaun Watson. So like I said, at some point the Texans and Seahawks probably are going to realize that they got to let these guys go, and they got to take what's the most that teams are offering out there and take it. So you're not out of the loop yet. Again, thank you guys for subscribing, and thank you for the views. I really appreciate it. I spend numerous hours on these. I try my hardest to get better and to put some good content out there for you guys. So I just want to say thank you. Hopefully you all are enjoying these. Till next time, peace out, you guys.